Dear diary, so today I want to talk about two rose fragrances in my collection. So the first one is a very affordable one, and that is by Jenny Glow. This is Red Rose by Jenny Glow. Funny that the label is, the label, I don't know what happened to the manufacturer. The label sticker is a little bit not precise. It's slanted to one side. I'm not sure if it's my fault or has it been like this since it's in the box. So this is Jenny Glow Red Rose. To be honest, I haven't had a lot of experiences with it. Oh, sorry. I just want to talk about my first impression. So Jenny Glow, it's supposed to be a very cheap dupe of Jo Malone, and this is Red Rose. Now, this rose, I totally miss the opening. I mean, I don't get the lemon, I don't get the mint as Jo Malone has. Jo Malone has a top note of lemon and mint, but this one, I'm taken straight right into the heart, which is the red rose. The red rose is definitely very prominent. But together with the red rose, it smells almost like a rose essential oil. Yes, but a little bit sweeter, on the little bit sweeter side of the rose essential oil. Actually, it does remind me of we have this decorative rose petals sold in some gift shops, and they are scented like a rose scent. As they are rose petal, of course there would be scented rose scent, and this definitely smells like that to me. It smells like a scented rose petal packed in a package of this gift package. And other than that rose scent, I get some, I don't know why, I get some tiny bit of sharp edges given by something green. Is it violet leaf? It's not totally like a smooth rose scent. There's a kick of spiciness, something that adds a little bit of edges into this fragrance. I thought that would be the violet leaf as listed on Fragrantica for Jo Malone, because I really couldn't find the note breakdown for Jenny Glow. I assumed that being a dupe, they would more or less have the same note breakdown. Okay, I'm still testing it, and this is still like 10 minutes into it. It's already, rose, and the projection is quite good, I think, because I could definitely smell myself when I move around. And mind you, I only put one spray, and I could smell myself. Well, it's too early to say anything. It's just 10 minutes. We'll see how it goes. And the next one that I have that I want to talk about today is Prada. This is the small packaging, and this is the mini of it, the Prada Rose. Oh, I would have to say I prefer the Prada Rose than to the Jenny Glow Red Rose. Oh, okay, when I first spritz it, it's really not that loud. It's a very calming scent. It is sweet, but not like the rose scented petal package in a gift package smell. It doesn't smell like that. It definitely smells classy. Okay, this is the rose petal and not the synthetic rose petal, not the scented rose petal. And there is some little bit of tartness, some zestiness. I haven't checked the note breakdown. Maybe I'll talk about the note breakdown later. Now I get the rose, and I get some tartness, some zestiness, and it's very, very refreshing, because surprisingly the zestiness, the citrusiness of something in here just mix very well together with the elegant rose in here. The rose in here is just the red, very natural rose. It's not overly done, it's not synthetic, it doesn't smell like a scented rose petal. It's like a very dewy rose, but the rose is not really that kind of big in my head. I cannot form that big rose image in my head. It's just a very It's a small roast. In my head, I have this picture of this small but elegant, but very pristine. Yes, that's the word. It's a very pristine roast, and it's just the beginning. I'm dying to see how it dries down on my skin. I'll get back to it later. About 10 minutes after the first spritz of this Prada Le Infusion, the Prada rose, it is, I would say that the top notes really plays well. The top notes include some mandarin and mint, which is really lovely the first 10 minutes. And the mandarin, it is mixed so well with the rose, making it very, it's like a very pristine, clean and friendly rose without attacking the nostril. And slowly the citrusy dries down, but the mint, it's a rosy and minty, something fresh. It's a very fresh minty rose in the mid, and I think I got some sweetness. Most likely it's from the beeswax, or is it from the honey? But it's really not that thick, sweet, very in my face kind of honey. It's really quiet. The sweetness is really quiet. It's a pristine and a delicate rose as it dries down. And here I am 2 hours after putting it on. I only get a very faint rose trail. I don't really get much like a rosy oil or anything rosy. It is as if the rose, imagine you have a vase of rose in the room, and after a few days the scent slowly dries out and the scent slowly disappears. It feels like that on my skin now. It's just a very faint trail of rose scent now after 2 hours. But I would say the progress of this rose scent is just very beautiful. What is really regretted is that the longevity is disappointing. 2 hours, all I got after that was like a room that was previously filled with a vase of very beautiful rose. Now it's no longer there, which makes me very kind of sad. Like I really miss the presence of the rose on my skin. It's really beautiful. Now this Jenny Glow red rose. In the beginning it was quite aggressive, I would say. It almost attacked my nostril. It smelled like a very dense, very almost headache inducing, like a rose scented petal that are packaged in plastic wrapping paper, and it was quite unbearable during the first half an hour. But after that, as it dries down, I think it loses its syntheticity and its plasticky. I think it loses that sharp edges of whatever that is bringing into it, and it gets more romantic, to be honest. And now, after 2 hours of this drying down, I don't mind having it on my skin. It's really quite lovely and romantic after 2 hours. The longevity impresses me. It is even better than the rose by Prada. This actually lasts better, and it's still projecting. I can still smell it, although it is less, it can be overwhelming in the first few minutes, giving me the impression of a rose scented petal, almost like a fake rose. But now as it dries down, it actually gets better. Yes, it has. As it dries down, I think it becomes more realistic, like a rose essential oil realistic. And yeah, it's nothing much, just the rose and maybe the thickness of some beeswax. You know what? I just realized that both of them have mint, both of them have rose, and both of them have this honey, beeswax. But in Prada, it is made very clean. In Jenny Glow Red Rose, it is made very rosy, and it is now still very rosy. I am impressed. I am impressed. It is just that the beginning is not really that enjoyable. It's very overwhelming in the beginning, but as it dries down, it's very enjoyable, I would say. Oh, that is the end of today trying out these two rose scent. I will continue with more rose scent coming up. If you are peeping into this diary, I would really like you to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye. I just came back from a walk with my dog, and now I'm with my baby. And you know what? I have something to say about the Prada Rose. It is not gone yet. It is still on my skin. It's just that it is very close to the skin that I can hardly detect it. It just sits very close to the skin beautifully. It is a very good mixture of mandarin orange and rose. It's the most beautiful citrusy notes that I've ever tried. That's all I want to say. Bye bye.